The name Rothschild, for centuries, it's been synonymous with unimaginable wealth, power, and a web of conspiracies that would make any novelist jealous. But who are they really? How did one family from a Jewish ghetto in Frankfurt build an empire that shaped the course of modern history? And in a world of tech billionaires and cryptocurrency, do the Rothschilds even matter anymore? Let's unravel the myth from the reality. Our story begins in the mid-18th century with Meyer Amschel Rothschild. Born in Frankfurt's cramped and segregated Jewish ghetto, Meyer was a dealer in rare coins and antiques. He was ambitious, intelligent, and possessed an uncanny knack for finance. His big break came when he began managing the finances of Wilhelm IX, one of Germany's wealthiest nobles. This relationship wasn't just profitable, it gave Meyer a master class in the world of high finance and aristocratic power. But Meyer's true genius was his vision for the future. He had 5 sons, and he saw them not just as heirs, but as partners in a revolutionary new business model. He sent each son to a major European financial capital. Amschel stayed in Frankfurt, Salomon went to Vienna, Nathan to London, Kalman to Naples, and James to Paris. This wasn't just a family business. It was the world's first multinational bank. They communicated using a private courier system, sharing market intelligence faster than any government or competitor. This information advantage was their secret weapon. The family's most legendary moment came during the Napoleonic Wars. The story goes that Nathan Rothschild in London received news of Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo a full day before the British government. He supposedly used this inside information to manipulate the London Stock Exchange, first selling British government bonds to create a panic, then buying them back for a fraction of their price when the real news arrived, making a colossal fortune. While the dramatic details of this story are likely exaggerated, the core truth remains: the Rothschilds' information network allowed them to profit massively from the war's outcome. They weren't just financing armies, they were betting on the future of nations. Throughout the 19th century, their influence was undeniable. They financed governments, funded massive infrastructure projects like railways and the Suez Canal, and even bailed out the Bank of England. They were the lenders of last resort for kings and emperors. Their wealth was so vast and their network so intricate that it inevitably sparked suspicion and resentment. This is where the darker side of the Rothschild legend begins. As their power grew, so did the conspiracies. Anti-Semitic pamphlets and publications began to portray them as secret puppet masters, a shadowy cabal controlling global events for their own sinister purposes. They were blamed for starting wars, causing financial crashes, and orchestrating political assassinations. These theories, rooted in age-old prejudice, painted a picture of a Jewish family secretly manipulating the world. These narratives were, and still are, powerful tools of propaganda, mixing a kernel of truth, their immense influence, with a mountain of hateful fiction. They became the go-to villains for anyone looking for a simple explanation for complex global problems. So, fast forward to today. Where are the Rothschilds now? Are they still pulling the strings from behind a velvet curtain? The reality is a bit more normal. The world has changed dramatically since the 19th century. The rise of publicly traded corporations, global investment banks like Goldman Sachs and JPMorgan, and the sheer scale of the modern global economy means no single family, no matter how wealthy, can wield the kind of centralized power they once did. The family's fortune has also been diluted over many generations. While individual Rothschilds are still incredibly wealthy, their collective assets are managed through various independent branches, and businesses like Rothschild & Co., a respected global financial advisory group, and Edmund de Rothschild Group, a private bank and asset management firm. They're prominent players in finance, philanthropy, and the arts, but they are no longer the lenders to kings. Their names don't dominate the Forbes list in the way that names like Musk, Arnault, or Bezos do. The modern Rothschilds are more likely to be found managing a private equity fund, running a world-class vineyard, or curating a museum exhibit than they are financing a war. They have successfully adapted, transitioning from being the world's bankers to being influential members of the global elite. So, what is the ultimate legacy of the Rothschilds? They were pioneers of international finance, creating a model that shaped the global economy we live in today. Their story is a powerful testament to ambition, innovation, and the strategic use of information. At the same time, their name has been hijacked and twisted into a symbol for some of history's most toxic and persistent conspiracy theories. The truth, as it so often is more complex than the myth. The Rothschilds didn't and don't control the world. But for a time, they came closer than any family in history to banking it. Their story is a crucial chapter in understanding how modern wealth and power were built. Thanks for watching. If you found this dive into financial history interesting, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.